Everyday carry, or EDC is what we like to say nowadays, as a phrase or an acronym that gets chucked around quite a bit. But back in the 70s, when I was a small 10-year-old boy-ish, I carried stuff in my pockets all the time, every single day and night. We had no idea that it would be called EDC. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what I carried as a small boy. And I'm going to ask the question right now before we get too far. I want you to start thinking about it as well. If you were a little boy and you're a grown man now, what did you carry? If you were a little girl and you're a grown woman today, what did you carry? If you were a little boy and now you're a penguin, what do you carry now?
I can't stand intros.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And I'd just like to say hi. I already tried the pen and it did work. All right, so this is some stuff that I carried in my pockets every single day with those jeans that we got from the sand store, or the runners from the sand store. We call them runners here in Canada. In the States, I think you call them sneakers. But anyways, mine were, anyway, I don't want to get into that. Let's talk about some of the stuff I carried in my pocket, all right? Every single day I carried a lighter, and this was the exact lighter I carried. Unfortunately, I lost the Zippo that my grandfather gave me, but I still have this Valiant, I think it is a Sure Flame or Flame Crest, that's it, Flame Crest. Unfortunately, I lost that bottom screw. If anybody out there knows where I can find replacement part, that'd be really nice. I should consider bringing this back to life. Long story short is, no, I didn't smoke when I was like 10 years old, but I lit cigarettes for my dad, my grandfather, and my uncles, and people of all types who needed a lighter. So I always carried a lighter. And when we were little boys, we always, it's something we always wanted to carry around. It just made us look cool. Of course, we all ended up smoking down the road. Anyways, still have it, still here, and maybe one of these days I should bring it back to life. Speaking of my grandfather, he gave me a magnifying glass, which he picked up at the hardware store. Unfortunately, we got some scratches on it from many years of in and out of this plastic and probably a little sand or something like that. But if anybody down in the comments knows anything about this, that might be much appreciated. I don't think it's a high-end flashlight. It was probably very low-end, but I want to say that it was maybe made in England or something. If you can see that in the screen right now, let me know. I cannot see it while I'm recording, but yeah, I'm really grateful that I still have this. Now, I carried this for many reasons, of course, to see a little bit closer, right? Not that I needed to, because at 10 years old, the eyes were pretty good. I didn't need glasses or anything, but, it was always cool to do this, right? How did that be? It's number 6. What's that all about? So I used to use that a lot. Of course, I used it to, incinerate daddy long legs and ants. I mean, that was just what we did. We used to use this to light firecrackers. What else? I was into wood burning. So it would be very, very common for me to do something like this with a magnifying glass when I was a kid. I made many projects. I never wore sunglasses, and maybe that's why I can't see very well today. Anyways, the magnifying glass was pretty cool. I do remember lighting up some firecrackers with this thing one day. Something else I always carried was a pen. Now, this particular pen was given to me by a kid. I can't remember if I traded him for anything, but if you know your pens, if there's any aficionados out there, if that's the correct word, let me know. This is a Parker. It still works because I just wrote hi here a couple of minutes ago. I think it's gold plated. It still works really good, functions well. I don't carry it anymore. It kind of lives with these things in my, retirement zone. Had it for so many years. I always used to think it was like those spy cameras, you used to do this. Anyways, I was 10 years old. All right, so here's my pocket knife. It didn't come with this. I just threw this on later over the years. I threw in my tackle box there for a while, but anyways, nothing special, just a straight up plain Jane stainless steel. If you put this on a string and whacked yourself, it would probably hurt. No brand, no name. I think I've done a video story time on this one. I don't know, you might want to check that out. I haven't done a story time video in quite a long time, but yeah, this is the knife I carried. This is the sanded by the sidewalk or sharpened by the sidewalk method. I've never shown you that method on this channel yet, but yeah, you just sort of sit on the edge of a sidewalk and you sharpen. So anyways, if anybody knows anything about this knife, by all means, let me know. I couldn't find any details on it. We've got a can opener here. I don't think there's any labeling on this one. No, just another generic. But so this, the pen, the magnifying glass, and the lighter. And the thing that is not on the table, which I don't own anymore, is the Spud Gun. I'll try to put in some screenshots for you. Of course, when I carried the Spud Gun, it was fully loaded at all times. I had 3 or 6 round caps in there. Plus, of course, it was loaded with carrot or potato, and that rode in my front pocket, sometimes in that little coin pocket. And that thing worked really, really well. Would I like to get another one right now? Absolutely, I would. However, I don't think you could find the caps for it. So anyways, I'll have to let the Spud Gun go for now. And this is what a 10-year-old boy man carried. Let me know what a 10-year-old girl woman carried, and let me know what maybe a penguin or a doorknob might carry today.